Hi everyone, my name is Alondra and I'm going to be going over my specialization project. So for my specialization project, I picked the feminist and gender studies. The word feminist actually comes from the word feminine, which in the 1800s, it translated to being feminine or to be a woman. Now it has a greater significance. So it's actually believing or advocating to women's rights and interests. This specialization is open to not only all women, no matter the race, sexuality, ethnicity, social class, etc., but also to men who support the empowerment of women and other marginalized groups. According to natcom.org, this division is open to diverse women and men who share an interest in the empowerment of all women and other marginalized groups. And the reason I chose this because working in corporate America just kind of makes you realize, that inequality and all these things that we hear about what feminists are fighting for are actually real. It's not until you see it firsthand that you understand what's really going on. Another reason is because growing up, I guess you would say I grew up in a traditional Mexican household where in Spanish it's called a machista, and which is basically the the father of the family is the head of the household, who is the breadwinner, makes all the decisions, and kind of just made me realize it's like that's not how I wanted to live my life when I grew up, and this topic just really interested me because of that. So the prominent scholars that I picked, the first one was Eleanor Roosevelt. Um, she actually became the most influential first lady, and she used her position to her advantage to accomplish her goals. One of them being that she had a column in the newspaper where she basically highlighted women in regards to their accomplishments, their hardships, and even just like their stories. She also held a bunch of conferences. She wrote about 6 books, and she was one of the main influences on her husband's decision to hire more women, successful women in the White House. She was also chaired the President's Commission of Status of Women at the request of President John F. Kennedy. And she actually helped write the United Nations Human Rights Commission in 1948. And she actually also helped write the 1948 United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. Um, the other person I picked was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She actually was a part of the Supreme Court, and when she first got a job, she was a teacher at Columbia Law, and that's where she directed the influential Women's Rights Project of the American Civil Liberties Union. And she served in the Supreme Court for about 13 years, and that's when Bill Clinton nominated her to the Supreme Court of the United States. She actually wrote the majority of the opinion in the United States versus the Virginia holding that qualified women who could not be denied admission to the Virginia Military Institute. And she also worked alongside Obama to pass the very first piece of legislation that he signed. So I picked the feminist theory just because I thought it tied in so well to this. Um, and one of the creators of this theory is Charlotte Perkins Gilman. One of the weaknesses that this theory may have is it could be misinterpreted by those who choose not to look into what feminism really is, and they may see it as somebody who just hates men, but in reality it's not. So I just kind of want to show this YouTube video really quick.
Very first rabbit officer, Judy Hop.
Goodness. They really did hire a bunny.
Then there's the discrimination in Judy Hop's workplace. As a bunny surrounded by physically larger animals, Judy represents the female in a male-dominated workplace.
Parking duty.
I was top of my class at the academy.
Well, then writing 100 tickets a day should be easy.
When she's first forced to work parking duty, this speaks to how women historically have been stuck in secretarial or administrative jobs with the excuse that they're unfit for more leadership roles.
I don't want to be a meter maid. I want to be a real cop.
Judy's coworkers equate her smaller size with an inability to do the job because the job is designed for animals who fit the big animal or male profile. But like other smart women facing sexism, Judy uses her smarts to outwit, work around, and find different means to excel.
I gotta tell you, you are even cuter than I thought you'd be.
A bunny can call another bunny cute, but when other animals do
If you're a cute meter maid, though, it's not exactly a place for a cute little bunny.
it, don't call me cute. Get in the car.
She objects to being called cute, challenging her coworkers and even us watching, because naturally, we've never thought twice about calling
Back
bunnies
home
cute.
with that cute, fuzzy, wuzzy little tail.
It seems absurd that this would be offensive.
You're not seriously looking for a new assistant, are you?
But as we react to that absurdity, we're implicitly encouraged to apply the same questioning to how we talk about women. While sure, it might be a nice compliment for some to tell a woman she's cute or pretty, in a working context, this talk elevates her appearance over her merits and minimizes her status as a serious professional.
So that clip kind of just shows, how you see the inequality, and even just in the workplace, they're mistreated whether or not, you're the best performing employee or whatnot. So what this theory really shows is kind of shines a light on social problems and trends and issues that otherwise are overlooked by historically dominated male perspectives within the social theory. In this case, she's working with a bunch of men, and obviously none of them see it as an issue except for her because she's the only woman, and on top of that she's a bunny, which is the smallest animal there is, compared to the rest. But people of all genders can be found working towards this, and what makes this theory really creative and inclusive is that it often considers how systems of power and oppression interact, which is to say it doesn't only just focus on gender power and oppression, but on how this can intersect with systematic racism and sexuality, nationality, and disability, and among other things. So in conclusion, the specialization taught me the meaning behind a feminist, where the word comes from, how it originated and kind of how it progressed over the years. And what it means to be an ally or even a feminist yourself, kind of just standing for equality and advocating for that. I don't think I would have chosen a different specialization just because, based on my personal experience, I was really interested in this topic. And coming from like a Mexican traditional household, it kind of just, attracted me to want to learn more. And that is my presentation. Thank you.